You think you know what women want. Affection, loyalty, romance. But if that were true, the nice guys wouldn't keep losing. The ones who give everything, who stay loyal, text first, show up every time, wouldn't be the ones left standing alone. Here's the hard truth most men never hear: women don't fall for effort. They fall for energy, for presence, for the quiet certainty of a man who doesn't need to prove himself. It's not about how much you do. It's about how she feels when she's around you. When she senses that you know who you are, that you're centered, grounded, and calm, something shifts. She relaxes, she feels safe, and that's the spark that effort can't buy. You can't chase attraction into existence. You create it by being still, by being clear, by being the man who doesn't need approval to feel valuable. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down the psychology behind that, why good men often lose to men who seem to do less, but trigger more. We'll talk about what women really respond to, and how you can stop guessing for good. So, take a breath. Forget what you've been told. Because once you understand this code, attraction stops being a mystery and starts becoming a choice. One internal value over effort. Let's start here. The foundation. Women don't fall for the guy who tries the hardest. They fall for the man who feels the most certain. You can't fake that. Certainty isn't loud. It's not about bragging, flexing, or saying all the right lines. It's quiet, grounded. It's the kind of energy that walks into a room and doesn't need attention, but still gets it. See, women are emotional radar systems. They can feel the difference between a man who's centered in himself and a man who's orbiting around her approval. One gives off peace. The other gives off pressure. The nice guy keeps trying to prove his worth. He compliments her too often. He texts too fast. He explains himself too much. He hopes his effort will make her feel safe. But effort without self-value feels needy. It sends a message you don't mean to send her. I need you to validate me. A true attraction begins when you don't need her to feel okay. When your happiness isn't up for negotiation. That's when she feels something new, curiosity. And curiosity is the seed of desire, so stop auditioning. You're not applying for a part in her movie. You're the director of your own. Too emotional control under tests. Now let's talk about something every man faces, the test. She teases you. Goes cold for no reason. Mentions another guy just to see how you react. You think she's trying to hurt you. She's not. She's trying to see if you can handle her emotions without losing yours. That's the unspoken rule of attraction. She tests not your logic, but your composure. Because every woman knows, deep down, that life will test you both. If she can't trust your emotional strength now, how can she trust you when things get hard later? When she says something sharp, pause, breathe. Look at her with calm amusement and say, I get it. I see it differently. That's power, not domination, not arrogance, just grounded confidence. You'll feel her energy shift immediately. Why? Because calmness is rare. And when a man stays calm, her body relaxes. She stops defending. She starts respecting. Here's the truth: attraction doesn't die when she tests you. It dies when you fail to stay centered. Every time you argue, defend, or explain, you confirm her worst fear that your peace depends on her mood. So remember, respond, don't react. Be the calm inside her storm. That's where attraction becomes trust. 3. Pre-selection and social proof. Here's something most men never realize. Attraction doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in context. Women are wired to read social proof. It's ancient biology. If other people, especially other women, respect you, she feels it before she even thinks it. It's not about pretending you have options. It's about living a life that naturally shows value. A man who's respected by his friends, admired by his peers, and appreciated by women, not for looks but for presence, carries invisible credibility. That's called pre-selection. Her subconscious goes, if others see value in him, there must be something there. It's not manipulation. It's instinct. So how do you build it the right way? You don't brag. You build a life that speaks for itself. Have passions that don't revolve around her. Maintain friendships that make you better. Surround yourself with energy that lifts you up, because that's the same energy women sense the moment you walk in. When you live like a man who's already chosen by life, she'll feel that power. She doesn't want the man chasing everyone. She wants the man everyone else respects. Remember, you don't talk about your value. You radiate it. For the dopamine gap, tension over availability, here's a truth that hurts at first but frees you forever. The more available you are, the less desirable you become. It's not because women want games. It's because attraction needs tension. Desire lives in uncertainty, in the small gaps that let her imagination breathe. When she wonders what you're thinking, when she replays your last message, when she misses you just enough. That's the dopamine gap. It's the space where her emotional chemistry grows. You kill that spark when you're too predictable. Texting every hour. Always the first to reply. Filling every silence because you're afraid she'll lose interest. But here's the irony. She loses interest because you never let her feel anticipation. So after a great conversation or an amazing date, do this: say something real. Simple. I had a good time tonight. You've got great energy. Then disappear for a bit. Let the silence work for you. Because if she's genuinely interested, she'll lean in. And that lean, that curiosity, is attraction unfolding in real time. Being a challenge doesn't mean playing cold. It means you respect your own time. You don't give unlimited access to what's valuable. The man who's selective with his presence creates mystery. And mystery is magnetic. 5. Intentional attention. Now let's be clear. Mystery doesn't mean neglect. You still need attention, but intentional attention. Not the anxious kind. Not the checking your phone every 5 minutes kind. The grounded kind. Attention from fear says, I hope you still like me. Attention from calm says, I see you. Women crave to be seen, not smothered. When you listen without rushing to fix her problem, she feels emotionally safe. When you remember small details, she feels valued. When you're fully present, no phone, no distraction, she feels chosen. It's not the quantity of your attention that matters. It's the quality of your presence. Real masculine attention feels steady, not needy. It doesn't demand. It offers space. It says, I'm here, but I'm not losing myself in you. Try this the next time she talks. Look at her. Listen, don't jump in. When she finishes, say, that sounds like it meant a lot to you. Watch how she melts. Because presence, not performance, is what opens her up. 6. Respect equals emotional safety. Respect. This is the silent killer, or the secret glue of every relationship. A woman can forgive mistakes. She can forgive distance. But she will never forgive disrespect. Disrespect doesn't always come in shouting or insults. It hides in the sigh when she speaks. In the sarcastic joke that cuts a little too deep. In the way you dismiss her feelings because doesn't make sense. Every one of those moments chips away at her emotional safety. And when safety disappears, attraction slowly dies. Respect means this: you can disagree without attack. You can lead without control. You can protect her heart without owning it. When she's emotional, stay steady. When she's angry, listen instead of defending. When she's quiet, give space without punishment. The strongest man isn't the one who wins every argument. It's the one who protects the connection while standing firm in his truth. Remember this rule. If she feels small in your presence, she won't stay. But if she feels seen and safe, she'll open her whole world to you. 7. Humor with strength. Now, let's talk about something powerful but underrated: humor. Not clown energy, not insecurity wrapped in sarcasm. Real humor. Humor is emotional alchemy. It turns tension into attraction. It lets her relax and feel connected without fear. But there's a right way and a wrong way. Self-deprecating jokes like, yeah, I'm terrible at this, sound humble to you. But to her, they read as self-doubt. Sarcasm can sound smart to you. But to her, it feels like emotional armor. Positive humor is different. It comes from confidence, not need. It teases lightly, not to dominate, but to play. Like saying, you look like trouble in a good way. Delivered with a smirk and calm eyes. That kind of humor disarms her. It says, I'm confident, I'm relaxed. I'm safe. And that's the kind of energy women can't resist. Remember, humor doesn't replace depth, it balances it. A man who can make her laugh and feel safe creates emotional contrast, and contrast is addictive. 8. Partnership, the final evolution of attraction. At some point, chemistry fades. The butterflies settle. The rush quiets down. What remains is partnership, the deepest form of attraction. It's when she stops asking, "Does he love me?" and starts feeling, "We're on the same team." Real partnership isn't about control or dominance. It's about contribution. You don't have to lead every step. You just have to move in sync. You value her input. You make decisions together. You protect her peace, not your ego. That's emotional leadership. Not weak, not submissive, strong, because it takes maturity to collaborate without losing self-respect. Here's the truth: a woman doesn't stay for romance. She stays for reliability, for teamwork, for the feeling that you've got her back. Not because you have to, but because you want to. And when she feels that, her respect turns into devotion. Her attraction turns into trust, and her love becomes peace. Because in the end, partnership is what makes attraction last. So now you see, attraction isn't luck, it's not mystery. It's structure, pillars that build desire, safety and connection, internal value, emotional control, social proof, tension, attention, respect, humor, partnership. Each one builds on the next. Each one deepens the connection. When you understand them, you stop chasing women and start attracting them effortlessly. Most men think attraction is about doing more, proving more. But real power begins when you finally stop trying so hard. Because when you stop chasing her approval, something shifts. You stop performing. You start existing, and that's when she truly feels you. Attraction was never about perfection. It's about presence. It's not how many flowers you buy. It's the peace in your energy when she walks into the room. It's not your car or your job or your looks. It's the calm confidence that says, "I'm enough." You see, women don't fall in love through logic. They fall through emotion. And emotion follows leadership, not control, not fear, but stability. The kind of man who can handle her chaos without losing his peace. That's the real female code value: composure, respect, balance. The ability to love deeply, but never lose yourself in the process. So stop wondering why she left. Stop comparing yourself to men who give less. Because they didn't win by accident. They just understood something you didn't know yet. Now you do. And when you understand how attraction truly works, you stop trying to be chosen. You become the one who chooses. Because love isn't luck. It's awareness. It's emotional precision. And once you master that, you'll never chase again. You'll attract naturally, confidently, quietly. That's what women really respond to. That's what makes a man unforgettable.